speaking of vaccinations, Democrats won't stop virtue signaling about wearing masks and making it mandatory to do so on the House floor. We sat down with Congressman Andy Harris yesterday, and he had some choice words for Speaker Pelosi and his Democratic colleagues. Take a listen.
She ought to go back and get a briefing from scientists on how vaccines actually work.
Just as a reminder, Congressman Harris is also Dr. Harris. So let's bring in our company to react. Former congressional candidate and State Department senior advisor under President Trump, Matt Mowers, along with Town Hall contributor Erin Elmore. Good Friday to you guys. Good to see you.
Happy Friday.
So, Matt, the thing that I thought was so hysterical is Pelosi's fining members of Congress for not wearing a mask, even if they're vaccinated, on the House floor. And then today, she goes to the White House to a big event. No one there is wearing a mask. They're all touching each other and not socially distanced. The hypocrisy is unbelievable that these people want to follow the science, except I think they're afraid that their folks on the left just, want to continue to virtue signal. It's true, though. I don't think they always talk about the messaging, right? And who's not getting vaccinated. And the funny thing is, I think they're to blame. People are confused and don't take this stuff in many cases seriously because the folks on the left has sent so many mixed messages.
They have sent mixed messages the whole entire time. So now they're not listening to the CDC. Is that the message that we're supposed to have now? So the CDC said if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask anymore, yet they continue to wear masks. There's even a video footage out there that showed Joe Biden by himself in a Secret Service vehicle without a mask. And I would just like to announce to your audience right now, I am going to virtue signal, and I will tell you that I am looking out for everyone because I've been vaccinated against stupidity.
But it is so true. They said they were going to trust the science. Now they're not trusting the science. And now you have people who aren't trusting the vaccine. It's craziness. But on Wednesday, we had Dr. Rochelle Walensky, CDC director. She was pressed on the origins of the coronavirus, which we still don't know exactly how it got loose. Senator John Kennedy was one who asked her. Listen to this.
That most coronaviruses that we know of are of origin from that have infected the population. SARS-CoV-1, MERS generally come from an animal origin. And
are there any other possibilities?
Certainly a lab-based origin is one possibility.
Okay.
All right, so because of that, you had PolitiFact ended up having to retract a previous fact check that called the possibility of a lab leak a debunked conspiracy. And they said, quote, when this fact check was first published in September of 2020, have been manipulated. The assertion is now more widely disputed. And for that reason, we are removing this fact check from our database pending a more thorough review. The crazy thing about this, Matt, is I don't know why they're trying to defend China on this.
Liars you will ever meet on the world stage. They'll lie to advance their own economic interests, their own military interests, and they're lying about the origins of COVID-19.
The fact that they say, okay, well, we don't believe this, that this is, true from China. Well, then why aren't you doing anything about it? Why aren't you being more aggressive on them?
It has really come to a very difficult impasse here in America right now. If you are a conservative and you speak out against the current government, which is liberal, you are a conspiracy theorist, you are a tinfoil hat crazy, you are QAnon, you are extreme. We don't have the mainstream media on our side, we don't have social media on our side, and we don't have the elected officials on our side. But now we're seeing more and more things leak out slowly. The real science comes out, and we're finding out that conservatives all along were right about this. And as said, we were called racist and xenophobic. And now we know that that is not true in any way, shape, or form. But we just don't have the side of the media to back us here or politicians because it's a big cover-up. And we know that coronavirus largely has been a political operation and a political hit job against Donald Trump since the very beginning.
Yeah, unfortunately, it has become so political. And because of that, we still do not know the exact origins. But on a lighter note, it is Friday, and that means it's time for our company quiz. Guys, stick around after the break. We're going to come back, and we hope that you at home will play with us. Don't go away.
All right, it's Friday, which means it's time for our company quiz. You get to wind down and have some fun here. You know the rules if you've been watching. We take stories making headlines in the news and ask related trivia questions. Back to play, our company, Matt Mowers and Erin Elmore. All right, guys, Lindsay's back in the hot seat after playing host last week. You guys all ready?
Ready.
All right. Question 1. This week we spoke to Glenn Youngkin, the Republican gubernatorial nominee for Virginia, who is going to be running to be the state's first Republican governor since 2014. Virginia has had 73 governors, some of who've also become president of the United States. Which president from Virginia also served as its governor? A. James Madison, B. James Monroe, C. William Henry Harrison, or D. Woodrow Wilson? Oh, Lindsay's up early with a letter. I can't see it. She's got an A. Matt's got an A. And Erin with the colorful A. 3 A's and 3 wrong answers. I'm disappointed. Matt's from New Hampshire. I can give him that. This week, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki claimed that people across the country weren't returning to work because wages are too low, not because the unemployment benefits were too high. The left, of course, has been pushing to raise the minimum wage to $15 for quite some time. But what was the amount of the first federally established minimum wage? 25 cents an hour, 50 cents an hour, $1 an hour, or $1.25 an hour? Some days I think that I still get paid $1.25 an hour. All right, we got a D, a B, and another B. We don't have an A. That's right, guys. All 3 striking out again. It was 25 cents an hour. The fair established 25 cents per hour. According to journalist Glenn Greenwald, we had him on earlier this week, reporters in Michigan acted like adolescents at a One Direction concert, his words, not mine, when President Biden was test driving a Ford pickup truck earlier this week. The president said he would step on the gas until it reached 80 miles an hour. He also said he'd run over a reporter. That would actually get him a speeding ticket in most states, but not every state. Which state was the first state to establish a speed limit? A, Massachusetts, B, New Jersey, C, Connecticut, or D, Michigan? We got a D, a C, and an A. Matt Mowers is on the board early. He's got first. That's right. Connecticut, the New England man, gets the New England state. This week, Tennessee lawmakers were outraged after it was revealed that the Biden administration was secretly flying migrant children into its state in the middle of the night. One of the many things Tennessee is famous for, though, is being the hub of country music. Which one of these singing legends was not born in Tennessee? All right, I wonder if my wife at home is going to get this one, or her mom. They're both from Tennessee. A, Dolly Parton, C, B, Tina Turner, C, Kenny Chesney, or D, the King, Elvis Presley?
No.
Okay, Lindsay's up with a D early. She thinks the King. Matt's got a B. Erin also is with Lindsay and thinking it's the King. You guys are all right. Elvis famously lived in Graceland, which is in Memphis, but was born in Tupelo, Mississippi. The report claimed that President Biden had a short fuse. He often was cursing during staff meetings and hanging up on advisors, even though he's asked for respect among White House staff and initiated this whole bullying initiative. All right, well, which pro team was known as the Broad Street Bullies? A, the Chicago Bears, B, the Boston Bruins, C, the Minnesota Vikings, or D, the Philadelphia Flyers? This is going to be interesting because we got Erin from Philadelphia, Matt from the Boston DMA from New Hampshire, Lindsay from all over, but she was a sports reporter. Let's see who gets this right. Erin up early with the D.
I'm not going to tell
Lindsay is hesitating. She's up with an A. Matt going with Lindsay with an A. Erin Elmore is our winner. That's right, Philadelphia Flyers. The Flyers arena located on Broad Street, and their team of the early 70s that won 2 Stanley Cups had a full roster of tough guys who would rough it up and intimidate other teams on the ice. All right, Erin Elmore, congratulations. I appreciate it.
It's just
something proud to go into the weekend.
I didn't use any Dominion voting software.
What's that?
I said I only knew that one because I'm from Philly, and Broad Street is our main street. I did not use any Dominion voting software. I won this one fair and square.
All right. She wins fair and square. Guys, have a great weekend. Congratulations to Erin.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. All right, guys.